In 1977, an old-timey filmmaker named Daryl Argento made a horror classic called Suspiria.
The original Suspiria is the story of Susie Banyan, an American ballet student who joins a prestigious German dance school. As the film progresses, she becomes entangled in a mystery involving the disappearance and deaths of her fellow students. The shocking conclusion reveals the school's instructors to be a coven of witches.
With an iconic score, a wonderful primary colour palette, and carefully crafted scenes of Baroque horror, this film would become an instant hit with fat, sweaty, horny horror nerds the world over.
I found the 1977 Suspiria to be boring and not particularly scary. It had laughably wooden acting, the overdubbed dialogue was massively distracting, and I felt titillated to a degree that I'm not particularly comfortable with. Imagine my relief when a real filmmaker, Luca Guadagnino, comes along with a remake that takes this pretty silly concept of a coven of witches and gives it the respectability and gravitas it really deserves.
But much like Suspiria's protagonist Susie Banyan, I too went through my own trials and tribulations watching this movie. How did I manage to digest such a sluggish, heavy stew of complex ideas? First, let's break it down.
Directed by Luca Guadagnino, Suspiria stars Dakota Johnson as Susie Banyan, an American ex-Mennonite who enrolls at a prestigious dance academy in Berlin run by a coven of witches.
But Tom, how do we know they're witches? Well, the film just goes ahead and tells us this straight away.
But who cares? Susie's sweet dance moves attract the attention of head choreographer Madame Blanc, played by Tilda Swinton.
Madame Blanc wants to take over as head of the coven, but unfortunately loses the vote to current leader Madame Marcos, a witch so old and decrepit she urgently needs a younger body to use as a vessel.
Unfortunately, the coven have been shit out of luck with previous contenders for the chance to be a vessel. They're either wholly unsuited to the task, or they go completely stark raving mad, or they're Chloe Grace Moretz.
Enter star pupil Susie Banyan, who Madame Blanc must now surreptitiously prepare for the ceremony. The ritual involves dancing, lots of dancing, which physically and mentally prepares Susie for the coming possession.
As we reach the climax, and Susie is about to be sacrificed in a terrifying blood ritual, she unexpectedly reveals herself to be the second coming of Mother Suspirium, a kind of witch god worshipped by the coven, which was handy. In the end, Mother Suspirium destroys Mother Marcos and her followers in a huge crazy bloodbath full of naked people.
But Tom, the film is 2 hours and 40 minutes long. Surely that can't be all of the plot. No.
Tilda Swinton also plays Joseph Klemperer, a psychotherapist whose patients a member of the Tilda Swinton grows increasingly suspicious. Tilda Swinton also plays Tilda Swinton also plays a psychotherapist, a member of patients. The Suspiria remake is an instant classic. Its 2 hour 40-minute runtime had me constantly looking at my watch, but only because I wanted there to be more time to enjoy its many wonders. Special shout out goes to Dakota Johnson, who is a revelation as Susie Banyan. Her performance is so understated, I could not see any acting going on at all.
You know, protagonists typically go on a journey, an arc if you will. The character begins as one sort of person, then gradually changes into a different type of person, in response to changing developments in the story.
Typically, they need to overcome obstacles and opposing forces due to their lack of resources or friends. The journey leads them to achieve self-awareness by changing their viewpoint, and we, as the audience, are invested in that journey.
For contemporary audiences, including myself, this type of fluff has been done time and time again, so it was a great relief to see a lead character who was already great, became even more great, and then at the climax was revealed to be an all-powerful witch god who didn't need any help whatsoever. What a rush! When it comes to cinematography and production design in modern horror, you might be thinking that less is more. Well, get ready for less.
The film is bereft of colour, choosing instead to go with an atmospheric blend of brown and rain. No more headaches, just nausea and depression.
Now, the score to the original Suspiria, written by the prog rock group Goblin, is rightly regarded as a masterpiece of suspense and atmosphere. When I heard that Tom York was doing the new soundtrack, I had to change my pants.
Who better to helm this heart-pounding, relentless journey into a waking nightmare than a guy whose music is a heart-pounding, relentless journey into a waking nightmare?
And yeah, it's good. It's really good. It's not diffuse at all. It's good. It's really good. It's really good. It's really scary. It's really scary.
I love you, Tom York. Please don't hate me. And as for the ending, well, director Luca Guadagnino hit me with so many thematic truth punches that I hardly noticed the jarring and poorly directed final bloodbath that made me laugh and throw things at the screen.
Have you ever wanted to see a film that dealt with the ideas of post-war guilt, national pride, womanhood, motherhood, Jungian psychology, and the changing political culture of West Berlin? Me neither, but those things are in the movie and there's nothing I can do about it.
So what's it all about? What's the deeper meaning behind all these references to the political climate of post-war West Germany?
I don't know. I just wanted witches.
I couldn't let it go. Everyone else was getting it, writing about it, endlessly writing and writing and writing and writing and writing about it.
They know.
I couldn't let my fans down. They needed a plain talker, a straight shooter, a translator, a foreign missionary travelling into deepest, darkest pretension, returning with tales of lofty films needlessly divided into chapters like they were books of yore. So I very casually reread some heavy books on the subject. But alas, with my brain being so big, I was doubly confused by the books, which is totally their fault and not mine. I needed guidance from a higher power.
Mother Suspirium.
Yes, my child.
Help me understand the themes of this movie. What do they mean? Why are they there? How are they related to one another? I thought this was going to be a fun little frolic with sexy dancing and hot witches.
You must seek out Dr. Ashurst. Obtain his special medicine. And watch the movie again.
Oh no. Oh no.
As soon as I took the medicine, I began to see the film with new eyes. I finally understood. I was breathless, moved to tears, my hands started shaking and my face went all puffy. That's when I realised I was having an allergic reaction to the serum. It took me a long time to heal, but it was worth it to attain true clarity. My reality was challenged, and I had to learn new ways of living, take bold risks, and all to gain the understanding that had been hidden from me for so long.
Since recovering from my ailment, I now understand why the filmmakers put those themes in the movie. I was no longer intimidated by their supposed weight or lack of clarity and substance. Luca Guadagnino was trying to elevate horror, raise it to the rafters, split the roof open, and reach for the stars. I don't care if I don't get the themes. I'm not supposed to. I'm not worthy. And if I'm not worthy, those fucking nerds aren't worthy either. If the original Suspiria felt alive, with a uniquely vibrant essence, then the remake has none of those feelings. But that's a good thing. We shouldn't be afraid to be dull. I know I am.
If you enjoy our crazy videos, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell notification icon, and also leave us a comment and let us know what you thought. If you would like to support our channel and help us make more weird videos like this, then also check out the Patreon link, which will show up about now. Okay guys, thank you so much, and goodbye.